Hey guys, we're back this week with some NBA action, and look at that, D Wade. Of course, he's the #1 scorer in the NBA right now. He's getting a lot of minutes per game, he's just leading in a lot of categories, even in steals. So he's the points and the steals leader. Not very surprising for the prime flash D Wade. And that Heat team was quite good as well. That Heat team, remember, just won the 2006 NBA championship versus the Mavs. Now, did they win it legitimately without the help of David Stern? That's arguable, but I'm not gonna get into controversial things like that because, you know, I'm not the biggest fan of the Heat. But anyway, so right now we're still starting Mike Miller over Greg Oden, and let's just give a quick explanation why. That's because I've seen our offense dwindle with Greg Oden. With our starting lineup, it's just problematic in the offensive end because if you replace him with Mike Miller, for example, Mike Miller, very good rebounder, can pass, can slash, and obviously a drop-dead eye shooter, and he's just very good at that. And you replace him with Greg Oden with zero offense aside from layups, which he sometimes misses as well, then you just have huge problems with spacing, and spacing be damned if you put Greg Oden in. So we decided, let's just start Mike Miller. Let's go small ball. It's been working in the past, so let's see if it works this time around against the Heat, who is kind of playing a big ball situation with a very good center in Shaquille O'Neal, very good big man. And look at that, rejects LaMarcus Aldridge. So yeah, I didn't know Shaq had that kind of hops, but apparently he does in 2K. So you know, we'll roll with that. We can take that. We're good sportsmen. So oh, look at that, LeBron with the post moves, unstoppable in the post, of course, LeBron. But speaking of, here's our problem though. When we go small ball, we face big men like that, and if you're not LeBron James, that doesn't go in. But thing is though, I think we can compensate because we have great post players. You have LeBron James, you have LaMarcus Aldridge, and that probably will work. And Greg Oden can score in the post, so that's another issue. But generally, look at that, Shaq hitting mid-range J's. Wow, Shaq. 2K Shaq better than Prime Shaq in real life apparently. LaMarcus Aldridge, that's why we can sub out Greg Oden. And with Greg Oden in the floor, he can't even post up. We have zero post offense with Greg Oden on the floor. He can't post. That's why I'm planning to improve. I'm definitely planning to be using. And Roy doing something for a change. Clap, clap, clap. And I definitely plan to improve Greg Oden. Planning to do a lot of developmental drills. My tongue slips there sometimes. I need to drink more water. But anyway, we need to do more developmental drills with Greg Oden, because if Greg Oden does the developmental drills, we can develop his face up, we can develop his turnaround jumpers, we can really develop him all round, and maybe we can put him in the starting lineup. I think Greg Oden is a great one-on-one defensive player. He can lock you down in the post, and there's a lot of possibilities we put in Greg Oden. And we're leading by 1, much thanks to LeBron James and his post play. And look at Dwayne Wade, the floppery begins. I am not surprised so much. Even in 2K he flops. Ha. Ha. Yes. You can already tell I'm not the biggest fan of D Wade, but that's a story for another time. And here we go with the highlights. James Posey. By the way, that is not James Posey. That is Reggie Miller in James Posey's body. James Posey is going sniping. Bang, bang, bang. Because that can't possibly be James Posey. Don't tell me that's James Posey, because that can't be James Posey. It's ridiculous. So you have to take a timeout right now. And you know, just for James Posey, we're gonna put in LeBron James. We need to put LeBron James to guard James Posey. You know how ridiculous that is? James friggin' Posey. 2006 James Posey. That is insane. James friggin' Posey. Really? Really? Well, again, that isn't James Posey. That's probably James Posey and Reggie. No, that's Reggie Miller probably in James Posey's body. But Kevin Durant tried to pull us back in the game, and we're actually facing a huge deficit here, which bothered me a bit. So I definitely knew I had to put the pedal to the metal, and we had to just start scoring. And LeBron James had a huge off game in the second and third quarters. He was having problems scoring. But the Heat, they never have problems scoring with freaking Big Daddy hitting mid-range jumpers, which the roster for some reason calls it Big Daddy. I think Shaq's call name probably got taken by something else. I don't know what, but. And here we go, Jose Calderon to the rescue with the threes. So thank God we have great shooters in this team. That's probably what helped us here, because Calderon got hot, started raining down threes. Calderon for 3 again. Bang! Miss. I actually expected that to go in. I don't know why, but Jose Calderon just put on a 3-point rain show in the third quarter. No, second quarter. He didn't really hit all the shots. He hit around 2 or 3 shots of the 3-pointers, and that definitely helped us a lot getting back into the game. We were down around 23 points or something in the second quarter. We just started raging back and raging back.
Welcome to halftime. I'm your host, Damon Bruce. Out at the Rose Garden, we got a lopsided game through 2. The Heat have been tearing it up. They have some control over their own destiny. They're sitting in 3rd place in their conference standings. Dwayne Wade putting on a clinic against the Trailblazers D. He's got 15 points, and in addition to that, he's been a factor on the glass as well. A couple of helpers, too. And for Portland's angle, they've been grinding away. Just an impressive all-around team effort out there. They're going hard. A good start for Jose Calderon. Hard to find any fault with what he's done offensively, knocking down over 50% of his shots in that half. And now we'll look at games that won't be tipping off until later. The Nuggets will face off against the Hornets out in New Orleans. That one gets going at 7 Eastern. And one game also on the docket. Over at American Airlines Center, the Mavericks will face off against the Rockets. 2 teams, 1 division. Should be a good one. A 7:30 Eastern tip time. And to look now at the rest of the action from around the NBA. Over at Quicken Loans Arena, the Cavaliers will face off against the Jazz. 7 p.m. Eastern, 10 p.m. Pacific is the tip time. That's it for us here in the studio. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you next time.
Shot clock winding down. Nice rejection there. This is where we start playing lockdown defense. This is how we get back into games. Lockdown defense and 3-point jumpers. Roy is finally useful. I think LeBron James just revived Roy's legacy here. Well, I think that Brandon Roy is a fantastic player in real life. I do have a lot of respect, and I do generally like Brandon Roy very much in real life, and so do I like LaMarcus Aldridge. This is why I chose the Trailblazers. They had a great team that really just got bothered by bad karma or good karma. I don't know what happened to their karma. Something definitely happened because everybody started getting injured. Odin injured. You got Brandon Roy injured. Everybody started getting injured, and even with Bruce Bowie back then, everybody's just going down for some reason. So I definitely wanted to give the Trailblazers some good karma, or whatever karma was afflicting them back then. I want to take that out, and I just want to see what they could really do if their injuries didn't get in their way, and if they got Durant with the first pick. Again, that's another piece of bad luck for them, probably. Anyway, Brandon Roy, actually useful. We have to talk about that because KD is going to be KD. He's always going to score like lightning. He's just going to keep scoring and scoring and scoring. Just going to bring us back to the game. And that missed for some reason. I don't know. I just guess it gets to show you how bad of an off game we had. Everybody was just missing a lot of shots. It wasn't the deadly efficiency that we used to have. And Greg Oden gets fouled. He's going to take our score from 69 to 70. But the thing is, with Brandon Roy in this game, I don't know why he's not as effective as in real life. He can't hit the jumpers. He can't hit the slashes. It's probably just the way the roster was rated. But for some reason, I can't get Brandon Roy to really get to work in this roster. But finally, with LeBron James, he might just get a little bit more interesting. And we might have to reconsider trading him. But LeBron James, if he starts to score and he starts to play lockdown D, that's when everybody's in trouble. And now we're going to get into the third quarter, and we definitely lowered down the lead to 2 points. We put on a hell of a run in the third quarter, thanks in part to the lockdown defense we played, and definitely thanks to the 3-point shots that we took. And rounds 2 and 3, quarters, not rounds, quarters 2 and 3 basically were those key points. The second half of quarter 2, which it sounds weird to listen to, but wow, second half of quarter 2 we played lockdown D, and that just continued to the third quarter. And look at that, Dwight Howard still in the Magic, and Danny Granger apparently 24.3 points a game. That is crazy. Then again, the Pacers freaking won the championship last year in this association. For some reason, God knows how 2K simulation works. And LeBron James, here we go, post moves. LaMarcus Aldridge spins. Oh, nice J there. Gets it over James Posey, and that's probably why James Posey got those easy threes in the start, because James Posey was able to switch to the power forward position and just get those easy quick threes, just running out to the 3-point line, leaving Aldridge in the post. And there you go, Dwayne Wade gets caught for something? Really? Really, Dwayne Wade? He gets caught for 5 seconds back to basket. Wow. Refs in this game apparently are better than 2K's refs, and look at that. An alley-oop. Look at that, Jose Calderon just playing hero in this game, just was the comeback king, stole the ball, alley oops it, not to LeBron but to KD. Bam, son. Over James Posey too. And there you go, LeBron James. No signature dunks this game, well, not much, but of course this team is just quite different without Rudy. And look at that, James Posey drilling all the threes. This team is significantly different without Rudy. It's no longer as run against was before. It's more of a post inside outside team now, which it was back then too, but not as much as it is now. Taking out a lot of our fast break dunks, because Rudy's not here to just slam everything down. And again, another good thing though is that we don't miss the dunks anymore. Nobody's really missing dunks left and right. Now we're missing 3-point shots. Yay! Anyway, back to the ball game, and LeBron doing so well. I accidentally jumped for that. I don't know why. Bad reflexes. Yeah, that's how bad my reflexes are. But and now here we go. Fourth quarter, less than 5 minutes left. Let's go to KD. Let KD go to work. Isolation, step back, J, bang. That's how we roll. 1 point game. Here we go. KD again. Here we go. He dunks it down. He dunks it down, son. Just give him the ball, and if it's in the fourth quarter, let him get to work. Over two defenders, just a poster slam. Shaq, welcome to Portland, to the Rose Garden. And that's how we do it. Look at that, Durant is just playing ball in the fourth quarter. And here we go, KD again. KD, get to work, son. And he gets hot. And that's how we start rolling over, 101 to 96. And here we go, LeBron's time to shine. Gets the layup that almost beat the buzzer. For some reason the buzzer didn't sound. I guess it was just a little bit too early. But here we go, Dwayne Wade now gets to work. The number one scorer in the NBA just gets to work. 5 point game though, almost gets that nice trap there. But look at that, LeBron to Calderon, and Calderon has been a great player for us so far. He's just been doing everything. He's been getting the assists. He just led this comeback with those 3-pointers, and LeBron James with the throw down. That's the kind of dunks we want. And there you go, they're down by 7, and look at that, Dwayne Wade almost puts the game back into their reach. Tries to dunk it over LeBron James, and this is just Dwayne Wade versus LeBron James in the fourth quarter. In some part Kevin Durant earlier on, but later on LeBron James just started rolling over everybody. Look at that, Dwayne Wade, bam. 5 point game, and now they start fouling. Jose Calderon, the world's fastest runner in the NBA/2K. Well, he's probably not the fastest player in 2K, but he is for some reason one of our best runners on trying to get away from the free throw line. But apparently the Heat have great runners too, but he's probably not even close to being the fastest in the NBA itself. But he's a pretty fast player. He's a pretty quick point guard, so we'll give him that. 7 point game, this is pretty much out of reach. But LeBron James, well, he still wants the ball, and so he gets fouled. And still the Heat though, Dwayne Wade doesn't want to give up, just gets off in the fourth quarter, starts scoring left and right. Although that isn't really going to help because time is out on their side, and they just started fouling, and that really does not help their cause. And even Udonis Haslem started going with the jump shots and started hitting them this quarter. And look at that, LeBron James running. Nice semi-screen there by Jose Calderon. If you see the nice sack there, Jose Calderon just ran in front of LeBron James' defender, so they couldn't foul LeBron James. That's a fantastic tactic. I really wish you could control off ball in 2K, but that's another feature I want in the next 2K, but maybe they can develop some feature for that. Anyway though, Dwayne Wade still hitting the jumpers. He doesn't want to give up. And there you go though, Mike Miller. He's going to get the jump shots. And Mike Miller, he ain't going to choke. He ain't going to choke, right, Mike Miller? Nope, doesn't choke. And it's a 5 point game either way. I don't think they have enough time or enough skill even to pull off a ridiculous comeback. They can probably score 1 3-point with Dwayne Wade, but the next is just crazy. And there you go. That's it. GG. Look at that. Dwayne Wade disappointed. And his future, hopefully past teammate now doesn't count in the timeline. So definitely won't. I don't think they'll be teammates. Hopefully not. I really do like Mike Miller's play for us. And Dwayne Wade disappointed there. Despite his great attempts and that huge deficit they put on us during the second and third quarter, or first half to third quarter, we still won and pulled it out. And in part, huge to the gameplay of Kevin Durant. just been scoring like hell in the fourth quarter. And KD and LeBron James were off in the second quarter, and that's probably why. Not only were they off, half of the time they weren't even on the court. That's because I think the coach in this game actually has a decent strategy, which, to be fair to 2K, was a decent strategy. Basically, what you do is you put in the subs during the second and third quarters, and then you let the fourth quarters, you put in the stars and let them get to work. Basically, they have the fourth quarter signature skill. Well, KD does. I don't. LeBron James doesn't, but and let them get to work and they just crush opposition. So that works for us generally, but I wish we didn't get into that hard of a deficit. And LeBron James, not the most efficient game of his career or of his Trailblazer career anyway. And so, same story with KD as well. Nobody really was hitting much. And Calderon, though, 5 of 9 from 3, that generally helped us a lot. 6 of 16, though, from the field, which is not the best. Still got us a few of his assists. And LeBron James, 36 and 4. Not the worst. Pretty good. Actually, the funny thing is, that's a bad stat line for LeBron James in this game. If LeBron James gets 36 and 4, that isn't the best stat line. But in real life, that would just be wow. Even for any other player, that would be a wow stat line. And finally, Brandon Roy, 10 and 7. Well, he's starting to contribute a little bit. And Mike Miller, 9 and 9. He plays like a power forward in this game. He almost gets the double doubles, and that's why we love Mike Miller. He's just such a fantastic role player. Does everything you need him to do. He can score when needed, he can rebound when needed, he can sometimes pass when needed, and just such a great role player. And look at that, Greg Oden, 8 rebounds in 10 minutes. 8 rebounds in 10 minutes. That's ridiculous. That's probably why we need him to score more. Because if he can score more, then we can definitely put him in the game, definitely give him more minutes, and maybe even make him start. Now, Kyle Lowry, though, is a bit of a disappointing project for us. Definitely, he'll be improving. He has pretty high potential, so I'm seeing him definitely improve in the in the offseason. Definitely going to have a higher rating. And Donnie Marshall, I don't know. He's just basically a throw-in from Cleveland. He can work the mid-range a bit, but not much to say about him. Going into the Heat, you got Dwayne Wade playing 40 minutes, 35 points. So he's definitely going to raise his PPG a little bit there. 35. And look at that, James Posey. That isn't James Posey. That is James Posey. But deep inside, that is Reggie Miller in James Posey's body. Look at how ridiculous his field goal percentage, though. It's pretty bad, actually. The thing was, though, he hit probably the first 8 of his 3-point shots, or first 8 of his shots. It was just crazy. And Shaq, they really had a problem sharing Shaq's minutes with the rest of their centers, because they also had, by the way, Udonis Haslem, a great center in his prime, can play, well, not center slash power forward in his prime. He can play for a lot of rebounds, can play for a lot of boards, and they have Antoine Walker, also a decent player, well-rounded, just fell in love a little bit too much with the 3-point shot, so that's sad for Antoine Walker, a former Celtic. So I'm quite acquainted with how Antoine Walker played. Anyway, Alonzo Mourning, they also had Alonzo Mourning, so they definitely had to split the minutes in center between Alonzo Mourning and Shaq, which they didn't do such a bad job. Alonzo Mourning, a great defensive center in this game. I'm not sure. Well, in real life, he also is, to be fair. Alonzo Mourning is one of the good centers in the league at that time, and even now. Well, not now, but he's retired, obviously. But Antoine Walker, well, I guess the Heat could do better with him, but so Alonzo Mourning and Shaq, they did their work, but still they weren't able to get back into the game in the fourth quarter thanks to LeBron James and KD. And that just goes to tell us, if KD and LeBron James are getting to work, nobody can stop us. Hopefully. We'll see. Alright, thank you guys for watching. Hopefully see you guys in the next video. Alright, see you guys. Bye.